Okay, so this is going to be your math videos. We're going to do page 19 through 22 in this video. All right, so page 19 through 22, we are talking about scale drawings. So when architects or creators, they are trying to make a design of something, they obviously aren't going to draw this giant building. They're going to draw it on a piece of paper. So that's kind of what we're working with right now. It is dimensions are in the same ratio to the actual dimensions. So it's just a shrinking of what is actually there. The scale drawings can be larger or smaller than the actual size of the object. Two types of scale drawings may be familiar. We may be familiar with is our maps and our blueprints. And the ratio of dimensions in drawings to the actual dimension is called the scale. A proportion is used to find the actual distance based on a map or other drawing to scale. Okay, so let's look at the first one on page 19. Okay, so it tells you in the instructions to solve and use a scale of 1 centimeter per 40 kilometers. Okay, so 1 centimeter per 40 kilometers. Number 1 says the distance between two cities on a map is 2.5 centimeters. What is the actual distance between the 2 centimeters? So we're going to take this scale that we were given, 1 centimeter over 40 kilometers, and we're going to set it equal to, we know that our map is in centimeters, so centimeters goes on top, like on the left side, and then how many kilometers. So we're going to cross multiply. We're going to have x equals, and then you just 2.5 times 40, which is going to give you 100. And that is your actual scale. That is what the actual distance between the two cities is, 100 kilometers. All right, so you're going to use the same scale for number 2. You're using the 1 centimeter. So you're going to have 1 centimeter over 40 kilometers, and you're going to have it set equal to whatever your problem says in number 2. Okay, when you get over to page 20, you're doing the same thing, except now your scale is 1 centimeter over 25 kilometers. So you'll use that for number 3 and 4. And then on number 5 and 6, it tells you to use the scale 1 centimeter for 60 kilometers. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I messed that up. 60 kilometers, okay? So you're doing the same process that I just showed you, just using different scales. All right, over on page 21, eraser. Okay. All right, so over on page 21, you have a map. So in this one, on these next couple of pages, you are going to need a ruler, okay? And your scale at the bottom left corner of that map that it shows you tells you that the scale we're using is 1 centimeter over 165 kilometers. So what you're going to do is you're going to look and see what distance it wants you to look at in each one of those problems. So for number 1, it says Mexico City to Monterrey. So you're going to take your ruler and you're going to put it on the centimeter side. Why am I putting it on the centimeter side? Because that's what we're looking for. That's what it tells us, is that for every 1 centimeter on this map that you see is actually 165 kilometers. So you're going to take your ruler, put it on the centimeter side, and you're going to measure from Mexico City to Monterio. So when you do that, when you measure that, you should get 4 centimeters. Okay, if you did not get 4 centimeters, try again, because it is 4 centimeters. So what you're going to do, your problem is going to be 1 centimeter over 165. and it's going to be equal to 4 centimeters over our, we'll put x, okay? So then you cross multiply, and x is going to equal 660 kilometers. That is 165 times 4 equals 660. Okay, so you'll do the same thing with all 4 of those on page 21. Then on page 22, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're just measuring, and on page 22, it tells you that your scale is 1 inch for every 170 miles. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to use your ruler, but this time you're using the inches side. You're going to measure from the cities that it tells you, and then you're going to cross multiply. All right, so short and sweet. These pages are very simple and basic, and we will build upon this as the book goes on.